Growing up without our parents was a rough experience, but the worst happened when my brother got into drugs.
He spent all our savings to purchase drugs.
Isolated himself from his family members, and spent most of his time with his friends.
Wow, I did high as I did like this.
He got into many drugs from pills to weed, syrup, and he injected himself. He became very violent and got into trouble. He spent days outside without coming home. The drugs began to eat him gradually. It was painful seeing him lose his mind, but it was more painful when we lost him forever.
Stay safe. Don't do drugs. This is Narco Tales.
This is Narco Tales. My name is Peace, the pastor. And if you joined us last week, you heard Kingsley's harrowing journey into substance dependency. Today, he returns to tell us what came after. Kingsley, thank you for being with us again. Last week, you walked us through the beginning. Today, we step into the aftermath. So what was the worst thing you ever did or experienced?
Yes, back then in school, I was just into it for the fun of it. It wasn't like I went into anything like, because there are people out there who are into some of these things with the purpose of having that mindset to go out to fight or look for trouble here and there. But my idea was not based on that. It was practically about just feeling myself and having the very best moment of my life. So it wasn't like I was into anything negative per se, like going to steal or fight or no. It wasn't like that. I was just into it for the fun of it.
So was it just you, or you had friends who
No,
were in it as well?
no. I had a couple of friends. I think back then in school we had a group. Then we were just about four or five of us. Yes, we were just doing our thing, go to classes together, come back together, and once we come back from classes, the next thing is just to go to the bar, get one or two of these particular drugs like tramadol or codeine. Then, just sit there, drink, talk from there. It was basically me and my friends, and that alone, I think, after taking this thing, it affected me in some ways I can't. Because academically, although I was sound, but after taking all these things, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Another mind will just come into you and say, "Okay, guy, you have to just forfeit class for today. Just go sit somewhere, have a good time and all that." But no, it was hard.
So how were you able to access those substances?
Yes.
Were they easy to get?
No. Yeah, if assessing it is based on doctor's prescription, right? But as it is, you want to take something like that, it's not possible for you to go to the doctor and say, "Okay, oh, doctor, please, I am this, I need you to," because they will cross-examine you, know what is wrong with you and all that before they prescribe. But
And of course, you can't be the one to tell them, this is what I want.
Yes. So it was difficult. But along the line, you know how it is. You just walk by, connect from this person to this person. They'll tell you where to get it on the street, where they don't prescribe for you. Rather, you just come there to purchase based on what you want to get and all that. So that was how we were able to do it. Maybe we'll just leave where we are, go to any nearby shop. We know they're into something like that they sell, because of that fear. And most times, if we want to do something like that, you just get to send any of these bike guys, and if you must go there on your own, you have to do it sharp, so that they won't.
So how did substance use affect your relationship with family?
It was tough. They got to know everything about me in the hospital. I was into it though. It's not like they've seen me with it, but they're always having this feeling like this person is not the person we used to know, you know.
Why did you think they were having that feeling?
That's because the same me, the feeling, the experiences I was having at that particular point in time was not going in line with theirs again, you know, because I feel I'm away from them. You get, and that's because I feel I'm comfortable with what I'm doing. But no, it wasn't like that. Okay, so to some extent, they started feeling like this person has started, maybe is possibly a cultist or something, because the way he behaves now is no longer the same brother we used to have. You get it? But at some point, I had to open up to tell one of my sister that I confide in very well. I told her that, okay, I do this, or I do this. You understand? But don't judge me for it. You get. So she didn't say anything after that time again, but it really, really affected me, because when it's time for me to have one or two opportunities from my siblings, what they'll tell me is like, you're no longer the person we used to know. Like you act like a cultist, and your behavior is no longer sound for us and all that. So what I'm supposed to benefit from them, it doesn't come to me.
Okay.
You get, so it's crazy.
So your sister you confided in, did you confide in her because you needed help, or why did you confide?
No, not because I needed help. At least if you're doing something and it's contrary to how it's supposed to be, at least
It should be one person.
have somebody to always tell the truth. You never can tell, because tramadol intake, if once you're able to have seizure from the same intake, you can die. So what if I'm going through that same process? At least I should have somebody to actually tell them that, okay, this is what I took, or this is what I've been taking, or maybe that is what is wrong with, let's rush into the, you know, stuff like that. So I had to bring her into the picture for her to know. But it wasn't like she loved what I was doing then. No, she didn't like it at all. But since I've started, there was no way she could tell me, okay, guy, you just have to stop. No, she does that, but something that you're used to, you cannot just stop. And once your system is used to that thing, for you to withdraw,
It's difficult.
it's 100% problem. It's 100% problem.
Thank you, Kingsley.
Thank you very much.
We're going on a short break. When we return, we'll hear about Kingsley's journey to recovery.
I was the head boy in my primary school, senior prefect and best graduating student in my secondary school, but drug abuse almost ruined my life.
I was on an average of 2 grams of cocaine per day.
I was taking 8 ampoules of pentazosine daily.
European shisha, cocaine.
I became a user, a dealer, and a gangster.
I saw other users drowning. I knew I didn't want to be like them, but I was already trapped.
My family disowned me.
My employment was terminated.
I sold my car, sold my house. I'll go out well-dressed and return shoeless, shirtless in exchange for drugs.
I was seeing things that were not real, and I once stabbed myself because I felt something crawling under my skin.
I contacted NDLEA and started therapy.
I spent 3 months in therapy.
I spent 8 months.
It's easy to relapse, but your mind has to be stronger than the cravings.
Drugs does not love you. You are not the one using drugs. Drugs are the one using you. Say no to drug abuse.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. We've walked with Kingsley through the fire. Now we turn towards the light. Kingsley, let's dive into your recovery journey.
Okay. The recovery journey wasn't easy. Yes, because I had a couple of friends who were actually telling me back then that if you can't stop, you have to reduce your intake, which I never listened. Yes, I never listened. I was just doing it on my own.
Okay, so they were not part of those your friends?
No. This particular set is different entirely. So I was not listening to them. But when it dawned on me, I had no choice. It was more or less like after their advices and all that, it was more or less like a personal journey for me. Because at some point I felt, man, this is no longer okay for my system. And having gone through hospital, discovering that, okay, I have bronchitis and all that. So I felt the need to actually stop it fully Although it wasn't easy because sometimes I'll still feel the urge of going back to it because the system is already used to it. But since it's a decision I've made within myself, I said, okay, I just have to stick to it, not to go into it again. So, and that is exactly what has helped me so far. And after that time, the battle still continues. Like, I'm still finding it difficult to breathe, which is that is the anxiety aspect of it. So I was battling with it like for a very, very long period of time. Very, very, very long period of time before I was able to come out of it. It wasn't like I went to rehab or something. No, I didn't go for that. So it's just my personal idea, and with the help of the friends around me who are not into it, they were actually there to console me or just be that pillar that can actually take my mind away from tramadol and all that.
So you earlier mentioned that your family got to know while you were in the hospital.
Yeah.
Were they part of your journey to recovery?
Yes, I think they were not per se because it's something they don't like. It's something they don't like. So having them to tell me that, guy, you need to stop. It wasn't there. Aside the one person I told you the other time, yeah, that was the only person that stood by me, and the rest of them left. And
was it that they said you're on your own?
Not like I'm on my own because the blood is still there. But what I'm supposed to get from them, the benefit,
you weren't getting, nothing was coming in.
At all. So, thank God for today. God is helping us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said it was not easy. It took so long.
Yeah.
Like, what were the steps you took?
Yes, the steps I took was taking my mind away from the same tramadol thing. You understand? If when I'm supposed to be thinking about it, I'll possibly read the Bible, because after the whole thing, I had no choice than to turn back into what I used to do before, like going to church and all that. I even discovered that, okay, the me now is different from the me then, even while I was not doing it. You understand? Because once you're having that feeling and you choose not to do it, the first thing they'll tell you, if you cannot mingle with friends or socialize, the easiest thing for you to do is to pray. You understand? Or just meditate, read your Bible and all that. So, and when you're reading the Bible, automatically you're drawing closer to God. So the me now, after the whole experience and all that, is quite different from the way I used to be. So I thank God for everything. Yeah.
So I'm sure that as soon as you were able to stop, your relationship with your family rekindled.
Yeah, exactly. So we're perfect. Although you can't turn back the hands of time, because the same image you have portrayed before, they'll still look at you like that in a way. But over time, everything will restructure itself. So it's just a natural law. You understand? Once I was blind, but now I can see. What can I say? That's it.
You also mentioned that you saw death.
Yes.
So can you explain?
Yes, I saw death in the sense that, okay, after I stopped taking it, I felt it was over, but when the urge comes again and you're not doing it, the feeling you get, you can't even explain it.
Like, how were you feeling?
That feeling will just come in like, since you're not taking this in again, or your system is used to taking this thing no more, now that you're not doing it, you're going to die. You understand? You're going to die, and I'll be like, no, why should I die now? After I led myself into it, so taking myself back should not be something that will be a burden on myself or something.
So did it make you sick? Did you fall ill?
No, at some point I wasn't. I'll feel normal, no headache, nothing, but deep inside of you, you feel something is wrong. Physically, you see me, I'm looking healthy, looking hale and hearty, but deep inside of me, I feel I am not okay.
Okay, that was where you felt you were going to die at
Exactly, because, man, a lot of people that will see you at that particular time will feel, man, you're not in your right senses or your right frame of mind. Why is it that you're saying something like this? Why should you be talking about death when you're healing and hearty? You know, that a lot of people can just have misconception about it. So I was just trying to deal with it, but it wasn't still funny. It wasn't still funny because the urge will come. When you try to push it away, the anxiety thing will come and all that. Oh, it was a tough battle.
So you just try to keep yourself busy at all times.
Exactly.
Keep your mind occupied.
Yes. At that time, if just look at it from this perspective, even though for now that we're talking or relating like this, then that I was into it like this. If I am alone, the whole thing that will be ringing in my head is, you're going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die. But after some time, it's just a phase, and everybody will overcome it. So I believe mine is over and over for real.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So for some people, it takes, some people will tell you maybe within 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to know the duration yours took, if you can remember.
Yes, mine took a longer time. It was more than 3 months. You know, most times when something like this happens and you go to the hospital, they will still prescribe some sedative drugs for you. Since you're no longer taking this, you know, you have to be taking this to just have
alternative.
That balance upstairs and all that. You get, and they have one for short period and another one for longer period and all that. But no, what is natural is natural. You understand? Once it's on you, at the time it will go, it's just for God to interpret that. So it's not for you. So no matter, even doctors will tell you now, they tell you we treat, but God heals, right?
Sure.
So even if you take it, if it's not natural for you to go at that particular time, it won't go. You understand? But what I can say is mine took a longer period of time. Yes, but today I was able to overcome it.
Okay. Kingsley, we've heard your journey to recovery. So what advice do you have for people out there that are watching this and are also hoping to change, hoping to stop the use of substance?
All I can say is to everything under the sun, there's time and season. And to the younger generations out there, you've heard people say that tramadol is a joy giver, right? And it's also serve as a strength for you to relax and all that. But if you ask me, there are more hidden stories to it. They won't tell you. You understand? They'll just deceive you to go into it like everything is normal. But the other way around is a trap. It's a trap. So, and after you indulge in all these things, at the end of the day, it will affect you mentally. It will affect your health and everything around you generally. So all I can say is the younger generation should abstain from taking all these drugs, be it tramadol, codeine, or whatever that's illegal generally. If you can abstain from it, you discover that you live longer, healthy, and everything will be perfect for you. So all I can say is they should abstain from taking these drugs and live a better life.
Thank you, Kingsley, for sharing your journey with us.
You're welcome.
Recovery journey is a quiet revolution built on tears, time, and transformation. But this isn't just about him. It is about the people watching who need hope and families praying for change. If Kingsley made it out, you can too. Recovery is possible. My name is Peace, and I'll see you next time.
You see, first of all, Nigerians must understand that the destruction of seized exhibit is a process, it's a court process. The NDLA on its own does not destroy drug unless it is authorized by the court of law to destroy. What happens normally is that at the level of seizure, the drug is taken to the office and it's kept in the store under a very tight security. Now, once a case is taken to court and the matter is decided, at the end of the judgment, the court gives order that this drug should be destroyed by through public burning. That means people will have to come and witness that it is destroyed. Now, with that process, all the drug that has been, all the cases that have been decided, the drug are selected and listed, and the court signs and give that destruction order. And we don't destroy in towns. We go to the outskirts of the towns or in the bush or in the forest for destructions. We are environmentally friendly, and so we don't want this thing to harm anybody. So we get to the outskirts for this drug to be burnt.
Don't do drugs, don't do drugs, don't try it though. He go choke you up, he go steal your sunshine up, he go shock you up. He don't kill him any youth for my area, even for your area. When you start it to stop, it not go easy. As you dey drag am go, he dey drag you down. Water come out from my eyes, oh, when I remember all the guys, oh, where many of them kiki bucket, oh, some cut to socket, oh, make we no forget, oh, no they talk it, oh, say, don't do drugs, rock up you see body, oh, don't go wound your busy body. If you die, you go sad, oh. Oh yeah, help me tell somebody. Say, rock up you see body, oh. Body, oh. Body, oh.
This message is brought to you by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA.